The little bell above the toy shop door sang its cheerful metallic welcome, then fell silent. A small, thin boy, his eyes wide with a mixture of awe and trepidation, had just stepped across the threshold. Inside, a kaleidoscope of colors, a wonderland of childhood dreams packaged and pristine, greeted him. But then, a sound, a sharp, definitive sound from behind. Click. The owner, an older man with silvering hair and eyes that seemed to hold ancient secrets, had just turned the key in the lock. The heavy oak door was now secured. The boy flinched, his young heart leaping into his throat. Why? Why had the man locked the door? Was it because of the meager handful of coins clutched tightly in his sweaty palm, the fruit of countless skipped treats and tirelessly collected errands? A cold tendril of fear began to snake its way through the boy's innocent mind. That boy was named Leo. An orphan since he was very young, Leo lived with his grandmother in a small, weathered cottage at the end of a cobbled street, a place where laughter was often a rarer commodity than a full meal. He didn't own many fine clothes, nor did he possess the gleaming, factory-fresh toys that his peers often flaunted. Leo's greatest joy, his daily pilgrimage, was to pass by the Wonder Emporium, Mr. Harrison's toy shop, even if only to press his nose against the cool glass, gazing at the miniature heroes, the sleek model cars, and the cuddly plush animals that seemed to beckon from within. Deep within Leo's heart, a silent wish had taken root, a burning desire for a magnificent, fire-engine red toy truck that sat proudly on the highest shelf. It wasn't just a plaything. To Leo, it was a symbol of courage, of rescue, of hope. All the things the little boy yearned for in his often gray world. And so Leo had begun his quest. Every spare coin his grandmother could give him, every crumpled note earned from running errands for neighbors, was meticulously saved in an old dented biscuit tin. Today, after what felt like an eternity of patient saving, the tin finally felt heavy enough. Though he knew deep down that his collection was likely a pittance compared to the truck's true price, Leo had to try. Stepping into the emporium, the scent of new plastic, polished wood, and crisp cardboard packaging filled Leo's nostrils, making his head spin with delight. Mr. Harrison, the proprietor, was a man of stern visage. His silver hair was neatly combed back, spectacles perched on the bridge of his nose, and his gaze often swept over customers with a searching, unreadable quality. He seldom smiled, and his voice, when he spoke, was usually a low, even monotone. This was why, when the door clicked shut behind him, Leo felt a wave of panic wash over him. He turned, his small frame trembling slightly, to face the owner. I'd like to buy something, sir," Leo managed to stammer, his voice barely a whisper. He clutched his coins so tightly they bit into his skin. Mr. Harrison said nothing. He simply observed the boy, his eyes traveling from Leo's worn-out shoes and patched-up trousers to his smudged face, which, despite the dirt, shone with an earnest light. The silence stretched, thick and heavy, amplifying Leo's fear. He imagined the worst: being scolded, being told his few coins were an insult, being unceremoniously ejected from this magical place. "And what is it that catches your eye, young man?" Mr. Harrison finally spoke, his voice surprisingly devoid of the harshness Leo had anticipated. Leo's gaze instinctively darted upwards, towards the coveted red fire truck. He pointed a hesitant finger. "That one, sir. The fire truck." Mr. Harrison followed his gaze, then looked back at Leo. "A fine choice, A very fine choice indeed. He paused, his eyes unblinking. And how do you intend to pay for such a magnificent vehicle? This was the moment Leo had dreaded. Slowly, reverently, he opened his palm, revealing the small mound of coins, a collection of different sizes and metals, dulled with age and handling. This is all I have, sir. I've been saving for a very long time. A strange expression flickered across Mr. Harrison's face. It wasn't disdain, nor was it amusement. It was something softer, something Leo couldn't quite decipher. The old man walked slowly from behind his grand counter, his footsteps echoing faintly in the now silent shop. He didn't head for the door to unlock it. Instead, he walked towards Leo. The boy tensed, expecting to be told to leave. But Mr. Harrison stopped a few feet away. "You know, young man," he began, his voice now lower, almost confessional, "I locked that door for a reason. It's not every day a customer comes in with a heart as full as their pockets are. Well, as determined as yours are." Leo looked up, confused. "Sir?" Mr. Harrison's stern features seemed to soften, the lines around his eyes crinkling slightly. "When I was a boy, not much older than you, there was a toy I wanted more than anything in the world. A little tin soldier. My family didn't have much like yours, I'd wager. I saved for months, just like you. And when I finally went to the shop, the shopkeeper, he laughed at my coins." A shadow passed over Mr. Harrison's face. "He told me to go home and stop dreaming." Leo listened, rapt, his fear slowly receding, replaced by a burgeoning sense of understanding, of connection. "I never got that tin soldier," Mr. Harrison continued, his gaze distant for a moment, before returning to Leo. "And I promised myself that if I ever had a toy shop of my own, no child would ever feel that way. I locked the door, Leo, because I didn't want anyone else to come in and rush this moment. Some things are more important than ordinary business." Mr. Harrison then walked over to the high shelf. He carefully took down the shiny red fire truck. It gleamed under the shop lights, even more magnificent up close. He brought it back and knelt, so he was at eye level with Leo. "This truck," he said, holding it out, "has been waiting for a special owner. Someone who truly understands its value, not just in terms of money, but in terms of dreams." He looked at the coins in Leo's hand. "Your savings, Leo. They represent effort, patience, and a whole lot of hope. And in my shop, that's a currency more valuable than gold." He gently took the coins from Leo's hand, and then, with a warmth that melted away the last of Leo's apprehension, he placed the fire truck into the boy's eager, trembling grasp. "It's yours, son." Tears welled up in Leo's eyes, not of fear this time, but of overwhelming gratitude. He could barely speak. "Thank you, sir. Thank you." Mr. Harrison simply smiled, a genuine, kind smile that transformed his entire demeanor. "The pleasure is all mine, Leo. Now, I suppose I should unlock that door so you can take your new prized possession out to us for its first adventure." As Mr. Harrison turned to unlock the door, Leo hugged the fire truck tightly. It felt solid, real, a dream made tangible. The world outside the shop seemed brighter, more vibrant than before. When Leo stepped back out into the fading afternoon light, he carried more than just a red fire truck. He carried the warmth of an unexpected kindness, the knowledge that sometimes a locked door isn't a barrier, but an opening to something truly wonderful. And Mr. Harrison, watching the small figure race down the street, the red truck held aloft like a trophy, felt a lightness in his own heart he hadn't experienced in years. For in that small, locked-down moment, an old man had not just sold a toy, but had rekindled a piece of his own childhood and given a little boy a memory that would, indeed, change his life. Thanks for watching. If this story moved you, like, comment, and subscribe. For more powerful real-life stories, turn on the notification bell so you never miss what's coming next. See you in the next video.